Hey guys, welcome back. Today is 5 thoughtful gifts under $50. Tay?
You know, it's Thanksgiving is when you're probably watching this, or maybe you're even watching this on Black Friday or the days following. But we were just talking about the holidays, and holidays are joyous times. They're so fun. Traditions, memories, times with family, lots of good food. I feel like we eat so much food during this time. But also for some, holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving can be even a little bit stressful. There's some stressful things about maybe things going on in your family, or for others, one of the big stresses, as we've talked about, and we've talked to many of our friends about, is one of the big stresses of Christmas is gift buying and financially gift buying. And I think sometimes it's such a big expense, it gets stressful, and we've forgotten like the meaning and the why behind it. And so I think like for us, as we've talked about, like the why is because you want to love that person, you care about that person, you want to give them something that is significant to their life, that adds value to them, and it's really not about how much it costs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor and I were just talking about how we've been so guilty of being caught up in the consumerism of what America and just our society has created.
Yeah.
And you have to pull yourself back sometimes and look, and you realize we've just had it wrong for a while.
Yeah.
And that's why we're both vowing to each other now of we're being intentional about our gifts this year.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're coming out with this video, to try to help you guys and help us as well.
Yeah.
And just be creative and know that a gift is so much more than what it costs.
Yeah.
And a true gift is when you give and don't expect to receive anything.
Yeah.
And that's what we're excited to share today. So going into it, we have the 5 ideas. So first, start to be a little bit sentimental.
Yeah.
A thoughtful gift and a journal that you have a handwritten note in the front page. And the reason for that is because it's thoughtful, it's loving, and it's vulnerable.
Yeah.
And then that person can also have the journal, so that whenever they write in it, whether they take notes or have it with them, whatever it may be, they always have that encouraging letter from you.
Yeah.
And we all know there's just days where you feel like you could have an encouraging word, and to have something to start your day with or to end your day with is just a very uplifting idea. So we think for number 1, great gift, for sure under $50, and there's some great notebooks, and if you want to get a more high-end one, a Moleskine is a great option. I love them. I use it.
I had a friend the other day. He was given an anniversary gift, and he got this journal, this book, but he put like an envelope inside of it, and he taped it in. And so then he put encouraging notes inside the envelope.
Perfect.
So instead of it being like a letter on the front, it was just like, hey, if you're having a tough day, pull out this piece of paper, and it's like a simple encouraging phrase or statement or something about your friend or significant other in that way. So I thought that was super intentional. So
that's awesome.
A journal. Number 2, an experience in your city. Experiences are fun. Experiences are memories. They create things that you look back on and say, man, that was so fun. So think about, like, in your city, in your place. We are from the greater Puyallup, Sumner, Puyallup, Tacoma, Seattle area. This place is where we're at, and there's lots to do around us, but most of the time it's in Tacoma or Seattle. And so, like, what are some things in our city we haven't taken our wives to? And so we're talking, like, going up to the Space Needle. My wife hasn't been to the Space Needle. It might be a little bit too high for her, but we might try that, or like just get an experience that you can look back and say that was a really fun time together. I think in our cities there's so much that we haven't explored, and so just to say, hey, what's a cheap place we can go and explore together and make a memory or two.
Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, there's so many things outside you can do for free.
Yeah.
Museums are very affordable. Get tickets there, go to a movie. Usually once a month museums have a free day of the month.
Yeah.
You can look up all your local ones, or to the zoo. There's so many different options. You just have to get creative sometimes.
Yeah. And
people like that because you thought about it.
Yeah.
And so going to number 3, we had more thought with our wives in mind, but I wouldn't mind if I got this either, is like a massage or a facial, pedicure, manicure.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't had a pedicure or manicure before.
Are you sure?
Guilty on the facial and massage. But again, it's something...
But you've had a facial?
I've had a couple facials,
wow.
Now, see him being vulnerable with Taylor.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But it's just something that's a little bit different than a normal gift,
Yeah.
and it's an experience that someone can then have. So it's one, you get excited when you actually receive the gift, then you get to go do it again.
Yeah.
And it's something that people usually don't like spending money on themselves for,
Yeah.
and you feel pampered and just, it's way more than just having that gift, but you have time to just think, relax, and just declutter your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's something that I would love to receive from anyone, but I know that my wife would appreciate it, family members would appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's number 3.
That's good.
Tay, what's the next one?
Number 4, this is a cool one, I think. Like a gallery wall of photos, or like maybe even a Shutterfly book. I know in our home we have this gallery wall, and there's 8 pictures, so it's 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and they're all different pictures from our wedding, and they're actually all black and white. And so it's a really cool like backdrop for our dining table. And we were just thinking like that'd be a really cool way to just surprise your significant other with like, look at all these pictures of all of our experiences and memories together. And so then you look at that and you're like, man, that is something every day when you walk into your living room or to your bedroom or to wherever you see it, remind you of the other person. You'd shared that you got your wife a Shutterfly book one time. So you can put it together in whatever way you feel like your significant other, your friend would appreciate it. And it's just a cheap way of creating memories and not forgetting the former memories. Because how many know, like, on a tough day, sometimes it's good just to look back and see, like, oh, like, we had that amazing memory together. Like, we're going to make it through this or whatever. So,
yeah, I think that's great. And lastly, number 5 is get something to help someone grow.
Yeah.
And more specifically, it could be a book. It could be a lesson. So whether someone maybe wants to learn how to play an instrument, or they already do know.
Yeah.
But I think it's more, you know the person and maybe what they're interested in, and they just haven't quite taken the leap.
Yeah.
And that's where I think a book or an ebook are both 2 great options, that you can get something that someone, again, might not spend money on themselves, but they would greatly appreciate it. And if you know someone's hobby and what they're interested in, receiving something like that is personal, because it meant you thought about them.
Yeah.
You thought about getting them a book on investing, on just money management, on relationships, on people, on something to do with their job, something to do with woodworking. There are just so many opportunities.
Yeah.
So that is something that we would both like. And so that was our last one.
Yeah. So lots of great gifts. There's tons of things out there. And I think even going on with what you were saying about this last one, it's practical. And there's so many different things out there that I don't know if I would go and buy for myself. But if someone else bought it for me because they say, hey, I've heard you wanted to grow in this hobby or whatever, it would be awesome. So we hope this has been helpful for you. And thank you for watching this episode. And we hope to see you back soon.